Alright, Durham College students, we're going to continue on with recommendations. We just finished building a sitemap, so we're going to build what's called a wireframe right now. And basically, a wireframe is an outline of all the pages that you've done in your sitemap. Typically, what I like to do is use a PowerPoint document because it allows me to structure each page in the sitemap as one slide. Okay, but for this purpose, and you can use paper too, it's not a problem, but I find when I get into the sites that are 30, 50 pages, then you're gonna you can either go through a lot of paper or just do it online or on your computer rather in a PowerPoint presentation. It's a lot more environmentally friendly because you're not wasting paper, and at the same time it's easier to manage and remove and delete things. Okay, but paper is also a good solution. So let's say we had the home page. Home. Okay, and the home page, we basically outline what the home page is going to entail in terms of content, function, navigation, where it's positioned. So let's say this is our site. Okay, and let's say we have the name of our page, which could be a logo, and it says cancer. And then we have our navigation down the side, or sorry, down the top here, and it's we had general, info, research and development, cancer and society, how to help. Okay. So we've basically already outlined how our page is going to be structured. And this portion of the top here would be identical on every other page. Now, one thing I am missing, and that's a great thing about finding it, because now I'm looking back, and I forgot to put the home button. And usually I like to include it in the main navigation. But you can put it in there. You can put it at the top right or something, and home. And that would make this click back to the main index page, index.html. And I would make the logo click. If you click that, if a user clicks it, it would take them back to the index.html page. Okay, so now we have the rest of our content area to structure out our information. So let's say there's going to be a header as the user hits the site, and it's going to say all about cancer, for example. And then you have a block here, and you can say that's going to be my content, and maybe I want to have an image here. Okay. So it's kind of like storyboarding, same idea. Get it down on paper, because then it's a lot easier to translate onto the computer, or get it down in a PowerPoint presentation as well. And then this way you can also copy and paste the actual text that you'll be using into a PowerPoint presentation. So you can know the flow of your document or of your website. And then I'm going to do one more page to give you an idea. So this would be the home page. Now to do the, let's say, general info page. Okay, so general info page, again, we would have our site like this. Oh, and by the way, 800 pixels wide. And what did I say? 600 pixels in height. Okay, this is a must to have that as your dimensions in the website. There we go. Okay. The size of the site would also be identified in the needs analysis or the planning, which I've provided to you guys. And again, the same format. You'd have the logo or the title up here. You can have your navigation down here, your home button here. I'm just going to put nav here. Okay. And maybe you want to follow the same format. You want a heading here. It's general info. You're going to have your block of text here. And maybe you have another graphic, image or video. Now it's important that the main elements stay in place, like the size of the site, maybe the color of the site as well. Navigation must stay in the same place, same elements in the navigation. may or have to appear on every page, as well as the home link button and the logo. These elements should be consistent. And then you want to follow a general flow of items or elements on the page, meaning heading, paragraph tags, images in this example. Okay. So, and then you can continue on doing the other pages with wireframing, and then when you're done, you'll have a nice structure or outline on where to begin. And the next phase would be to take these wireframes and put them into the next phase of the project, which would be production or design. And that's when you would create your wireframes and translate them into actual designs in Photoshop or Illustrator. Now, we didn't cover that off in this class because it wasn't a Photoshop Illustrator class. However, the next step I want to show you guys is to bring it into Photoshop and then kind of play around with it and work with it, because you guys did learn Illustrator and Photoshop is very similar. So we're going to do that, and we're going to continue. And keep in mind, it's good. My banana's getting a little brown here, but it's still good. It's very good, nutritious. We'll take a little break, and you'll be good to go. Good stuff.